Hey everybody, I hope y'all are doing well. I just want to thank everybody once again for all the well wishes and the prayers and things said from my mother. Thank you so much. So I'm gonna review Deb's house, okay? On WeTV. So I probably won't do it like that night, but I'll try to do it the next day. And I gotta teach tomorrow. But anyway, Deb's House episode 1 and 2. So when I first looked at it, I was like, let me just see what it is. Honestly, like I told y'all, I like Deb. I like her, regardless of whether I agree with her or not. She's always been a straight shooter. She's always been clear. She honestly to me is real. And I thought she was a good mother, and she has a history track record of making stars. And then I was like, how is this going to be any different from making a band or just finding the next big star or whatever. But at the end of the day, Deb is different. Because she ain't all up in the videos, trying to be on all the tracks. Like Diddy, who would get jealous of people on his record label for them doing well and did sabotage their careers. And we see that there's been a lot of foolishness with this. So they, meet in the house with the mics, and they have to rap for Deb, and Deb, makes the point. Like, everything that means being the next big star actually isn't just about the skill of rapping. And that's true, right? Especially when it comes to music. It's hard now to become a big, top, famous person anyway, right? Because you can have all of these talented people across the internet, and everybody has access to it. But it's just like, to me, the difference between Toni Braxton being incredibly talented, an incredible singer, has made great albums, and Tamar, who has a great voice, unbelievable voice, vocals out of this world, but Tamar doesn't know how to handle being a star. Toni Braxton is gracious. She didn't make a fool of herself on reality TV, and Tamar did, and Tamar's not gracious, and Tamar does not know how to control her emotions. And you can't be a star that way, and not a likable one. Anyway, so we get these different kind of people rapping. There was a lot of girls in this process, or young women, who would just stop rapping and be like, oh, I got all this going on, oh, this and the other. And I feel for those people who have stuff going on. And that's separate. And then there's also this element as I was watching people, Deb was sending people homes, like 15 girls, whatever. And I was just like, some of y'all, like, with any kind of talent, you got to be ready to go. Like, go. And if y'all made it through the casting process, I'm wondering what kind of foolishness came through there. All right. So anyway, we get down to the people. So we get Dank, and that's, the really heavy set young woman from Detroit. Big Molly, Rocky, Electra, Billboard Baby, Queen Izzy, Who Camille. I don't know how in the fuck I remember these people's names, but nevertheless. So they move into the house, all right? It looks like the same house Martell had when he was promoting his Inez wine or whatever the hell it's called. And then it also looks like another house I've seen on something else in Atlanta. And apparently that's just where people go to shoot their TV shows, okay? And they just screaming like they ain't never been nowhere. But I guess maybe they haven't, because they all pretty young. Anyway, the girls are chilling, kind of celebrating or whatever. They're out on the patio. It's snowing somewhere in Atlanta. And I'm surprised they even drove to that house, because in Atlanta, there's snow. The whole city shuts down. And the girls are just kind of talking on the balcony, and all of a sudden, the girl that calls herself Billboard Baby, who was already a lot, okay? And she's the kind, to me, that just wants to be a reality star. She doesn't mind playing a rapper if she could be on TV. Takes a big chunk of snow and smashes it on this young lady's head. And I'm just like, the light-skinned girl with the blonde hair, I can't remember her name. And just does that. And everybody's like, what is wrong with you? What's the big deal? What's the big deal? Now, the girl who did just kind of like shook it off or whatever. Rocky, who was apparently annoyed, was already mad and was like, she's just doing too much. She's talking too much. I'm not going to lie. I feel the same way. Number 2. I also feel like the way this house is set up, yeah, girls are gonna argue and fight, so on and so forth. But is it just me, or is it that the quality of these young women, with the exception of a few, it's giving group home. It's giving foster care trauma. Because the way in which these girls are fighting and arguing, there's something else brewing. And all of them aren't, but like the way Rocky fights, the way Billboard, all these people fight, it's just something about it says to me that this is a hotbed for experiencing other forms of trauma and taking it out on people who don't deserve it. Check out the book Push Out by Monique Morris. You'll understand what I'm saying. Anyway, so Rocky gets into it really because she don't like her and she called herself taking up for the other girl. They get into it because she's out. Deb shows up at the house out of nowhere. She has a Deb cam. She was like, because if I'm there, they're not going to be themselves. And she's right. And she was like, I need to see what I'm dealing with. She told Billboard Baby from the time she auditioned, she was like, I don't have a good feeling about you. I think you're going to be a problem. She was like, what? What you talking about? That girl was so extra. She up here running her mouth. And I was just like, I can tell. Oh, I'm from Harlem. I'm from this. We all know that people from New York are not hard the way they act. I'm not saying that New York don't have shitty things going on. They're not hard the way they act. Okay? A Philly person will beat the shit out of somebody from New York. Just like somebody from Detroit will fuck somebody from Chicago up. I'm telling you, it's not the way people think it is. Okay, so anyway, Deb decides she's gonna put them both out. Rocky goes off. Rocky was like, well, I think that's fake. It's fake of you to come in this house and then tell us you want us to be ourselves. We females, of course, we're gonna argue, we're gonna fight. And now you trying to kick me out, this, that, and the other. And Deb kind of took it, and then Deb, shut her down, but she ain't like that initially. Then she has the girls battle it out by rapping. Billboard Baby was giving Candace Dillard Bassett. Like, oh, I think because it's a reality show, they can't really fight me, no way. This bitch can't really fight me, and if she does, the cameraman gonna step in. That's what it was giving. As if this is Flavor of Love back when if you fought, they kicked you out the house. Other reality shows are not set up that way. You get your ass whooped, you get your ass whooped. Now, the thing with Rocky is she has assault charges right now. She's not facing no jail time. But we can tell Rocky has scrapped and that she might just keep her word. Okay. So, they battle it out. Billboard Baby, in the process of battle rapping, puts her hand over Rocky's mouth and tries to put her in a headlock. And Deb was like, that's it. Because it was clear at that point that she was egging for a fight. And I think it's because Rocky is very, very talented. And it's that, once again, it's that jealous shit. It's that bitchy shit. It's how can I fuck with this chick, right? And make her life miserable. All right, so they get that. And Deb actually says in the confessional, I respect somebody who challenges me and who stands up for themselves. And Rocky was still like apologizing to her. She was like, I wasn't mad at you, but she's still saying it like growling. I wasn't mad at you, this and the other. And I just looked at that young lady and I said, she's troubled. Not troubled, but she's troubled. She doesn't even know how to apologize in a tone that sounds like an apology. She's hurting. She's hurting. It's not fake. It's kind of like that DMX element where he was real, he could bark and he could bite, and we would see him do that. But DMX, you didn't see him as completely bad. You still looked at him and said, dang, he's been through a lot. And she's one of those but people. All right. Well, anyway, they bring the other next Philly chick in that Deb got rid of, said she made a mistake and brought her back in the house. I do not know what that little girl's name is. She said that she knows who Rocky is. Rocky wanted to, hang with her. I mean, she wanted to hang with Rocky because she said we the two North Philly chicks. And, Rocky came into the game in North Philly after me. So I feel like I paved the way for her. I said, first of all, let me tell you something. If you do pave the way for somebody at 19, bitch, shut the fuck up. Don't nobody owe you nothing. And you wanted to work with her maybe because she was another female rapper. But what it's giving, honey, is that you wanted to work with her because you know that she is a better rapper. And you want to see what bars you can steal from her. But Rocky has something for your ass. So Rocky basically said to her when she saw her, she was like, "Oh, hey, yeah, don't fuck this up this time," because she had gotten kicked off. That girl lost. What you mean don't fuck it up? What you mean don't fuck it up? I tried to text you, I tried to call you, and then you gave me your number, then you didn't talk to me, da 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 da. And they get into it again. I said, Rocky. But it just, like, some of these people have so much trauma. It's so clear. Nevertheless, I think if anybody can deal with it, and especially in reality TV, it's Deb. And I think it's because people respect her, and she's honest about where she came from. Now, the kicker was on the second episode that Deb said she wanted to get to, Deb looks like Wendy Williams. She looks like Wendy Williams. Anyway, like a fuller face kind of thing. But Deb says she wants to see them for who they are. So the girls think they're coming down there to freestyle rap, you know, like another round of auditions. And she makes them take off their wigs, their lashes. And she was like, I'll take off my wig. But I want you to tell me who you are. Now, Queen Izzy was basically gave her name, which is Islamia. And she was like, well, Queen Izzy is who I am. She took off her weave. She was like, that's what my name means. I'm not a different person. She's like Nigerian, but born in the States, whatever. Okay? Rocky takes off all her eyelashes, her weave. Deb was like, I actually expected these girls to push back. A lot of them I didn't think we were going to do it. And I thought it was just going to go. She was like, but they did it. I will say this. The overwhelming majority of these young ladies, when they took off them eyelashes and them weaves, looked a good 5 or 6 years younger. I don't know why people put all that stuff on. You know, Dank took it off or whatever. Dank looked like she was 14, the heavyset girl. And let me tell you something. I see her moving around, and she has the moment where she takes it off, and she was like, well, Dank is kind of my alter ego because, you know, I'm overweight. People, you know, make fun of me, and I had to take care of myself, and, you know, all these other things. And she is, you know, obese. And I know what it is to be overweight, but I know we live in a country that hates fat people. We do. It's always a dig. It's always a read. It's always meant to hurt you. And she was like, I have a thyroid problem. She said, some people just think if you're fat, all you do is sit around and eat and eat and eat. Maybe. Some people do. But even if that wasn't the reason, if it wasn't your thyroid, you don't deserve to be treated like that. But the world does treat people like that, especially in this country. And I appreciate the way the girls have, like, supported her and, you know, trying to help her up the stairs and help her exercise. Like, I think that's a good thing. You know, but all these girls, you know, have this tough exterior, and then they just be breaking down, crying and stuff like that. They hurting. They hurting. Now, the biggest surprise was Camille, who said, oh, I got something for you. You want me to take off my hair and lashes? Why did she pull out her teeth? Now, I thought she was going to show us, like, some jewels. I thought she had put something in her mouth. Like some slugs or something. She took her teeth out, her veneers, and she looked like the witch on Snow White. And she's a beautiful girl. She's a beautiful girl. She was like, so I don't have no teeth, this and the other. It's not that she don't have no teeth. It's just that her missing, you know, molars or whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, she has replacements, but she can probably get some veneers or get some replacements once she makes some more money or whatever. But she's a beautiful girl. But when she did that, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't see that coming. Electra is, I already knew she was half white. I could tell. I ain't kidding about them braids. That's the only one we didn't see. But Electra with an A. Okay, is some little girl that has gotten famous, worked with Snoop Dogg. She does her rapping on the internet. She's half white, and she's from Orange County. When I saw she was from Orange County, I said, one of the most racist spaces in this country. Yes, they are the ones who are having these kitchen table meetings, even as far back as the early 70s, trying to get Nixon into office to bring the country back because they felt like it was out of order because black people just wanted too much. Okay, I don't care if her mama was with a black man or not. We all know how that goes. So Electra's like, I've gotten famous doing this, and it was just giving Drake. It was giving Drake now. It was given, I like to play black, but when it's not convenient for me, I'll play white. And I was like, why is she even on this show? I know she's like an internet, sensation or whatever, but she's been signed to Snoop Dogg and other people. I'm just like, why is she on this show? This should be for people who haven't had those opportunities. So I think it's going to be a cute show, and I'll do a more in-depth taking notes. But honestly, I watched these first 2 episodes trying to figure out whether or not I wanted to review it or not. And I know this is short, but yeah, this was I think it's a good little show. I'm not sure how many episodes it'll be on. It's WeTV. They put a reality show on and they cut it off at 6 episodes. And we never see it again, unless it's Love After Lockup, Love During Lockup, or the Braxtons. Anyway, but that's all I have. Y'all, if y'all been watching it, let me know. If not, by all means, y'all have a good night. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.